Well, I mean, yeah, you said it. I mean, they thought that attacking you at your weakest point could something. I don't know what win 'em glory in the eyes of the universe. No, it doesn't work that way. And that is the devil robbing a spiritual awakening because they don't care. They don't care who they hurt, right? And I mean, the fact that we have classes on how to call our energy back, it's a group of parasites. Well, that's obvious. That's what it is. You have to walk away from them. That's what it is. They will go down in history as being the parasites that sucked off the divine. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. That's a fate worse than what? That's what it is, and it's the truth that's coming out. So, I mean, you have to focus on what you have and be grateful for that. I mean, so let's take an inventory, shall we? And yes, I understand it's love's intent to help her heal. Reiki, universal life force energy. Great. So when I'm channeling universal life force energy, I set an intention. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what intention I set. Out of love, usually I just let the universe take the wheel. I've said it before. You pray and channel the energy before going for a job. You go down where I was just hanging out in a restaurant, and here these people are. I'm thinking, man, where am I going to go get a job in Austin, Texas? This really sucks. Here I am chasing astral entities and a smell. Dick Gregory told you that people have this smell when they're responsible for unaliving humans. Okay, that shit makes me lose my skadoobles. I want to chase it. I want to find out, where's this smell coming from? You see this nose? I can smell a fire somewhere. Somewhere there's a fire right now. I can promise you that. Anyway, I stole that out of a movie line. Anyway, what was that? Roxanne with... Here we go with Steve Martin again. Okay, anyway. So, I'm sitting in this restaurant, and here this chick is, and the smell was... It's what it is. Now, I mean, Austin is known for being weird. However, I'd catch a whiff of it. Well, hell, now I'm walking around. Where is this demon? And it's what it is. If you go into the Ascension glossary, there's plenty of information in there about seeing the houses of ego, your chakra system, your rainbow chakra system. Okay, we can see a buildup. Those of us that can see auras, there's a class. Learn to see energy in the air. Learn to see chakras, right? If you don't have the class, you're not going to understand the information. Cool, you have to take the class to understand the information. That's why I'm an asshole, but you got to have some class. Anyway, there goes my alarm. 3:30. Look at that. 3:30 on the dot, and it must be 5:30 on the dot. Run those angel numbers while I set you down for a minute. It's just what it is. Just what it is. So now that's a pretty specific synchronicity. It would be 5:30 on the dot, and the timer, if you'll go back and look, went off at exactly 3:30 on the dot. So that would be a master number 33 with God Force energy. Right. You can go talk to the German doctor or dream enabler. I see numbers like Neo does in the Matrix. That's what it is. Angel numbers. I pick up pattern recognition. That's my gift. So, following pattern recognition, angel numbers, clairaudient. I had just tell you, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I had just dealt with the whole Mind Valley scene before I took off. Get down to Austin, and here I am. Okay, so we're going to get a job. We're going to get a job while I follow the smell on the street. Anyway, chasing demons. Anyway, You're looking for some form of a physical evidence, or at least the person, right? Because you don't. Think of when the lion in Madagascar sees all the zebras as a piece of meat. That's the easiest way to explain it. It's childlike. It is childlike. You want to toy with them. The INFJ are masters of psychological warfare, and the empath that think of Con Air, right? Think of Con Air. Remember the scene with the little girl when the weirdo that liked to wear hats, like to wear people's heads like hat? I get people like that all the time. Will come and sit down and unload their deepest, darkest secrets on you because they just think you'll understand. Oh, please, sir, tell me some more. That's what it is, anyway. So yeah, and then you go to get a reading and you hear what's the chatter, Larasha, because you're praying to the spirits, you're praying to the ancestors. Help me to find a job, help me to embody the spirit of finding a job. You set the intention. What do you get? You get what's the chatter, Larasha, talking about Ra. Well, the hell, that relates right to Pisces Sun. Ra is on foot in Texas chasing demons. I thought, well, I did just score a gig at the Austin City Limits concert festival, right? So I thought, oh, okay, so we're chasing demons now. Cool, thank you, Larasha in Austin. Thank you for that. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. I'm hitting hotel rooms and playing around with these parasites and whatnot. It's what it is, because they're all guilty of something too. It's just what it is. No, hell no, I don't have any fear. I wonder if when you catch that smell, you want to know why, and you want to practice your gifts. That's what it is. So, don't have Dick Gregory on YouTube talking about people have that smell. You want to get closer to it. Where the hell is this smell coming from? And then you get what's the chat. You talk about lighting up. I lit up like a Christmas tree. Ra is on foot chasing demons. I thought, Ra, the sun god? Let's look. Pisces sun? Math is mathin'. It's universal life force energy. When you cross over from the 3D into the 5D, which is time and space, and you're channeling higher dimensional energy from the source, wherever you think you came from, it's the 12D shield, right? What is a 12D shield building technique? Okay, cool. It follows right in with grounding, shielding, and flashing for Reiki. It's 2,500-year-old information. Anyway, you establish that connection with where she says Andromeda. Hell, I think I came from farther than that. You take a class on healing the masculine and healing the feminine with the ascended Master Jesus and the ascended Master Mary, and then you transcend consciousness with Buddha. They shot me right to the source. I was already doing QHHT, right? I set the intention to go to the source, and bloop, here comes this little jolly blob. This is sure as shit, and carries me off to the, okay, cool. So now I'm on my Jose Silva screen, and I'm seeing all these golden platelets, the feeling. Ask Jesus about tapping into the feeling of love that's overwhelming. It's the same thing Dolores Cannon talks about. She talked about seeing miracles in her office every day. Yeah, it's this overwhelming feeling or energy. Cool. I left a Chokeray symbol on that. Right? So now when I channel, I call it right down from the source, or wherever I was at when I transcended consciousness is now where I pull my energy from. Right? So you put out omnipotent, omnipotent, omnipresent energy that is available everywhere. Anyone can generate their own energy. And now you have a bunch of parasites that are siphoning it. Okay, great. That is groups challenging one soul practitioner. That is one soul practitioner that is feeding the prosperity of a bunch of parasites. Okay, great. And people love them. Yeah, absolutely. They do. Great. Where is the source? Where is the divine source? those parasites were feeding off of. I got to be a good host, I guess. What is the problem? They're not smart enough. They're not smart enough to realize that I call that energy back in a normal meditation. My normal meditation for grounding, shielding, and calling your energy back calls my energy. That's my energy. They've been siphoning and have been doing it for God knows how long. I didn't have any class yet. I just wasn't that class of human yet that could call my energy back. And they'd been siphoning it for so long. And she just said it, probably since you were a child. Yes. How deep does it go? Who knows? To my honest opinion is I think it's the creator lined it out, because all the readers said, Pisces, you're going to see their karma play out. Well, I said, no. Hell no. I don't want to see other people's karma play out. I'm aware they're going to get it, but I don't want to watch that shit. I got my own karma to not worry about earning. That's what it is. We're not earning any more karma. Pisces has paid their karmic debt, yes, and we will always have to work through things. Not earning more karma. Right? You've got reader after reader talking about Pisces. Someone's going to come to you with truth. Reader, I don't know how they're going to do that. I'm creating my own reality. They don't have it yet. They're learning from me, just like the ancestors are at this point. Well, that's a paranormal INFJ. There's plenty on track about that. I learned from them. Right? So, now we're learning a different level, new devils. Okay, great. The same creator consciousness. I'm telling you that star energy, the pottery, what they mold the movie after is the divine feminine empress energy. And I'm happy to be wrong. I'm happy to be wrong. You can always prove me wrong. The only thing I'm going off of is Hellboy. He said it. They tell you, I am the universe's sweetheart. I'm the empress. He says it. He says it. I've tried to go back 100 times and find where he said it at, and they cover that shit up. Anyway. So, where do they hide Reiki? In Mr. Miyagi. Okay, cool. So now we can certainly see that there's a cover-up going on. There's a nugget of truth followed by a whole bunch of bullshit. You got a bunch of Cobra Kais out there during the year of the snake out there fighting, right? Getting schooled by Mr. Miyagi and Jesus-son. And die, my friend. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm having a blast with this shit. Anyway, right? You just take the energy and match it the same way a reader is able to use those cards are lucky monkeys. It's what Florence Scovel Shinn called lucky monkeys in the game of life. Your divination tools, lucky monkeys. You don't need any of that shit. Tap into your intuition. You don't need any of that shit. Why do I use tarot? Because if two shall see, so shall it be. Locks in my manifestation. It's a positive and a negative. Right? I am the negative. They are the positive confirmation. Period. Cool. That's jumper cables. That's jumper cables to a manifestation. What do we have to connect to? Another positive or negative, not for the highest good of all frequency. So it is. Everyone's a 5-star review, whether they're willing to do the work or not. Right? And you have your greatest enemy on this planet in a soul group scenario is your best friend on the other side. Okay, great. That's what Dolores Cannon said. I was a pretty good villain this round, wasn't I? Cool. I'm not trying to be the villain. I'm not trying to be the hero. I'm being the healer of both. God, when you're the healer, it doesn't matter if you're the cop or the robber. The person pulling the pew-pew pellet out of you is God in your reality at that point. Oh, you're like a god. Well, that's what it is. You're like a bullet target. And God is everything. Okay, great. We're now connecting to be one with everything through universal life force energy. Cool. You have to gauge your intentions. Right? You pray to the source. You accept what the source sends you. It's what it is. What it is. It's based on your intentions. Okay, great. So now you've got a bunch of parasites with negative intentions. And it's what it is. When a reader says they don't want to, they're not willing to bend their image due to public pressure, well, yeah, they don't want to be seen as a liar, a cheat, a scoundrel, or a parasite. A bodhisattva has passed through every gate imaginable in this lifetime and several others. We've made every mistake you can possibly come up with and overcame every last one of them to pay back our karmic debt. So it doesn't matter what they throw at me. I've either done that shit this lifetime or the last. All right? With the highest intention for the highest good of all. That's what it is. No, they impose that you have been locked into a backward society, especially when it comes to things like plant medicine. That's what it is. However, you're not supposed to use that shit unless it's for medicinal purposes. It's a catch-22 any way you look at it. And you're right. They chose money over giving a shit about you. Okay, great. You let them. Now everyone's changing their alliances. Okay, well, cool. You have to do that in a slow process because changing your alliances all at once drops the entire system or matrix that was designed to control sinners. It's the draconian control matrix. The church attracts sinners. Plain and simple. It's Roman bread and circus. It's the same thing. It's Roman bread and circus. They take you to the Colosseum. They feed you beer and hot dogs. They let you place your bets while they throw a gladiator and a tiger off in the ring. Okay, cool. That's the UFC. So things can go on in the background. So organized things that they won't let you do go on in the background because you're none the wiser. They get away with it because you're sucking off them. It doesn't. Somebody's feeding off of somebody, no matter what you do. All right, the team is feeding off the owner. The fans are feeding off the hot dog stand. Sucking off the hot dog stand. That's what it is. That's what it is. You can't change the fact that you have been locked into a system that was for someone else's benefit other than yours. Right? Now they're trying to do everything they can to redesign it so that it still fits that mold with an illusion and pulling the wool over your eyes. Okay, cool. That is the prophesized mark of the beast. Period. It's prophecy. You can't change prophecy. So what is it? They fell right into it. The signs, the synchronicities, and the omens led right up to it. 100 years ago was the Great Depression. Currently, we're going through the Great Awakening. Cool. The Great Awakening to what? A new digital financial system. 6 corporations that rule the world like a pentagram flipped upside down that's earth magic. That's what it is. It's railways. Yeah, here comes Metro trying to sell me some swag. Thank you, Metro. That's what it is. You got AI snitch technology that's taking this. That's what it is. People are going to worship AI. Okay, that is the Antichrist consciousness. You've been looking for the Antichrist. It's called AI. We operate on our gifts and our abilities functioning through third eye and heart coherence. Christ heart consciousness chakra is what it is called. Your chakra, the heart chakra, is called the Christ heart consciousness chakra. I'm accepting Christ into my heart. That's discernment. How does this technique work? You go into your heart space and you ask yourself a question. When you're grounded, if your heart expands, I you've let angels and you've let positivity into your heart. If your heart constricts, oh, this doesn't feel good. I don't think I should do that. Christ consciousness. It's that simple. It's that simple. Your heart expands and you're following your heart, or your heart constricts, and that shit just don't feel right. It's discernment. It's the gift of discernment. Right? What does that do? Causes Jesus to flip tables on people. He didn't think that was right. Right? And if people are only using the logical side of the brain or the creative side of the brain, they're not going to see it one way or another. Why is it difficult to deal with someone like me? Because I think with creative logic. I use both sides of my brain simultaneously, split right down the middle. Whoop! That's what it is. So, are people going to target that? Yes, it's the rarest thing on the planet. You're never alone. Well, yeah, because we use both sides of our brain with astral sight and interdimensional sight activated. And now you've got interdimensional energy and alien shit and all that running all off in the cards. Anything that you've never seen, someone that comes across your border from another place in your mind is an alien. Illegal and or otherwise. Cool. Energy coming in that vibrates at a higher frequency. It's going to be alien to you. So now we have higher vibrational beings on the planet? Yes. Is that going to make people feel inferior? Yes. They didn't raise their vibration. They feel lower vibrational than you. Okay, that's not your problem. That's a them problem. Raise your vibration. You won't feel lower than others. No one is any different than anyone else. However, when you have to invoke divine intervention when you're still running into problems with groups of parasites after your karmic debt has been paid, you went into divine union and the divine steps in. Well, that's never happened before. Look at where we're at. We're at end times. We just had to figure it out lifetime after lifetime. Lifetime after lifetime. Right? I had a past life regression. Look at that. I figured out how to remove the fear and forgive the karmics. Thank you, Christine Holiday, for teaching me unconditional love to reptilians we can see. Go talk to David Icke. That's what it is. We see through other people's forms. That's what it is. Right? Does that make them my enemy? No, I mirror the little bastards and everything else. That's what it is. It's a mirror. Right? So, I'm not concerned with it. The entire point of your Christmas holidays is to sit underneath the tree of life, or the Bodhi tree, all year long in the present moment, working on your gift or your ability. So at the end of the year, you can sit down in the present moment with your friends and family and present your gift that you worked on all year long within yourself. You focus on the material aspect of things. Hey, look, we got a moneymaker, and taking the power away from the people. We got a bunch of non-gifted people out buying our shit. That's what it is. So I can't do anything about that. You're talking about the ancient ways to the modern days. I just got through talking with Jesus. He said, I'll be your bodyguard, because that's the Paul Simon song, Paul Simon and Chevy Chase. So you can be my bodyguard. I can be your long lost pal. Do, 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 do. And so I asked him, I'm like, pick your character. I'm hoping he picks Paul Simon so I can be Chevy Chase. That would make me either Fletch, the reporter of lost and hidden knowledge, following under the direction of Dolores Cannon, or concentrating on my paranormal INFJ abilities that freak people out. And that's isn't that movie called Modern Problems? I don't know. I'm going to post it on Signs, Synchronicities, and Omens. So it's the one where Chevy Chase had telekinesis and shit. I'm going to go figure out what that movie is. That's my character for today. Namaste.